So welcome guys to the fifth summer webinar of ISA. We are a student group registered with Virginia Tech. We are there to celebrate Indian culture and heritage at VT, and we conduct several informal and formal events. We have a network of about 850 students, and it's actually more than that, of Indian students at VT, and we onboard about 250 new incoming Indian students every year, and we have more than 1,000 plus active community of people part of ISA, which includes alumni, current students, incoming students, etc. I'd like to introduce the panel. I'm Lakshya, the president of ISA. Then we have Sahil over here, who's a vice president external. Then we have Archie, Bhavya, who are part of the core committee of ISA. We have three senior advisors, Udbhav, Divya, and Vedant. And our director of student affairs is Hasti. So in today's webinar, we'll be covering about health insurance and what you pack for your trip to US. So before starting with health insurance, I would like to mention that all F1 and all F and J visas are required to have health insurance throughout their university. So it is mandatory. And so there are like two ways you can go about it. So there's third-party insurances like Student Medicover, PSI, Aetna. Aetna is the VT one, the one that is provided by VT, and there's ISO as well. So the requirements for them is the requirements for the fall semester can be found on the link that will be shared through this presentation after the webinar. You can go over the plans provided by these providers based on your visa that you have, the age, deductible, and co-payment. And the important thing is if you choose to buy an insurance that is not provided by VT, like a third-party company, you will need to go over the process for filling a waiver form, which is for which the deadline is 31st August. And the details on how to go with the waiver process will be given on the insurance page, like whichever insurance you go ahead with. So moving ahead, I would like to introduce our sponsor. Our exclusive sponsor is Student Medicover. So they have been our sponsor for quite a long time, I would say, and we have a representative from them, Mandy. So welcome, Mandy. And she will be giving you all the details on Student Medicover and insurance, everything, basically everything that you need to know for health insurance in US. So Mandy, I would like to give you the floor.
Okay. Thank you so much, Lakshya. And I'm going to share my screen right now. Okay. So now you can see my screen, right? Okay, hi everyone. I'm so honored to be here today, and I'm grateful to VTISA for inviting me to this very important webinar on insurance. And absolutely, and my name is Mandy, and I am the marketing vice president at Student Medicover. And yeah, so insurance is a very important thing in the States. And yeah, as a incoming students, as an international student, you are required to have an insurance in the States, and it's a requirement by the government as well as the school. So today I will give you a brief introduction about the company and the company's plans and what services we can provide to the students here. Yeah, so let's get started. So first of all, I would like to let you guys to know who we are as as the company. And the Student Medicover is the largest health insurance plan administrator for international students in the United States, and we are the direct one and only direct insurance agency of United Healthcare. So there are a few insurance companies that provides health insurance for students here in the States. So first of all, Aetna, who is the who is the official partner of the Virginia Tech. And another company, famous company, is United Healthcare Student Resources. It's United Healthcare overall is one of the most largest insurance company in the States, and they have a student another branch to provide health insurance for students only, which is called United Healthcare Student Resources. And then you can see other student insurance company like Anthem, Blue Cross Blue Shield, which is provided for UC schools, and you may see Wellfleet, who is the provider of like New York University, etc. But for United Healthcare Student Resources, it's the large player in this market, and it's also the official partner of the University of Chicago and Brown University, etc. And you can also find our plans on their websites. And their website is uhcsr.com. You can go and check it. All right. And the Student Medicover, so Student Medicover was funded in 2013, and we have an excellent reputation among international students. And in the past 10 years, we partner with more than 120 student organizations such as VTISA, right? Harvard, Yale, Stanford, UCLA, UC Berkeley, and NYU, etc., to serve all international students here to help them solve a lot of insurance and health-related questions and problems. And me, myself, I was the international student myself before 10 years ago. So yeah, so I know, it's the company's value, a core value and the mission to serve the international students when you need us, when you are in need. And our plans are 100% officially approved by hundreds of the school's insurance office, including Virginia Tech. Okay. So yeah, and Laksha already, demonstrate the requirements of the Virginia Tech, and I just wanted to, give you more information about our plans in the next chapter. So yeah, all F1 who are taking more than 3 credit hours and all J1 needs to purchase the house insurance. And since this year, the university adopts a soft waiver, which means like you can enroll now, but they will and you have to take actions before the deadline, which is in September, and you can like choose to enroll in the university's annual plan, and if you submit the waiver, if you are not able to submit the waiver by the deadline, and you will be automatically enrolled in the university attendance plan. Yeah. So yeah, so you have to make the decision before that, and to either to enroll or waive, and if to waive, just to be make sure you can do it by the deadline. All right, and these are the plans that we provide for Virginia Tech students. And obviously, Virginia Tech SHAPE student health insurance plan, the rate raises a little bit for this year as well, and actually it's keeping increasing the past year as well. And this year the rate was is $3,773. And when you choose the plan, and you have to look at the a certain of the insurance terms. The first of all is the deductible. So I don't know how many of you know well about the insurance terms. So yeah, you can like make sure, at least you make sure you are clear about the insurance terms listed over here. So deductibles means it's the amount that insurance that you have to pay before the insurance company pays you. So lower deductible, better plan, and the more expensive the plan will be. So the Virginia Tech SHAPE has 450 deductibles. And when you look at the student Medicover plans, which is Supreme, Elite, Prime 100, Prime 500, and we have different deductibles. from 0 to 500. All right, so yeah, so if you are, and usually deductibles will not apply for doctor visits. So when you see the doctor here, you usually have to pay the copayment. It's a fixed amount that you every time you see the doctor, and then usually co-insurance, like the percentage will apply to the doctor visits fee. So deductibles usually be applied for surgery or laboratory tests, etc. So yeah, so based on your situation, you can choose choose a different plan, okay? And for co-insurance, just like I said, co-insurance is a percentage that insurance company will pay you. So obviously, you know, higher co-insurance will be better. Yeah, and for Virginia Tech Aetna plan, the co-insurance is 80%. And for student medical coverage plans, you can choose from 80% to 90%. Okay, so then is the physician visits. And that I just you know, introduced that physician copay is the fixed amount, and for when you see the doctors. And Virginia Tech SHAPE has 25 copays. And for student medical cover, the copay range from $20 to $50 per time. So and I would like to point out that all copays and deductibles will be waived at the student medical cover. So if you want to see the doctor at a student health center. So yeah, so I mean, student health center, it would be a, you know, the best choice for students when you have the medical needs. All right, the next one is the out-of-pocket maximum. So what does it mean? So it means that is the cap. That is the maximum amount that you have to pay for the within the whole policy year. So that is the you know, lower out-of-pocket maximum will be better. So let me take my one of my customer's case, for example. So one of my customers is from University of Iowa, and he was hit. He has a car accident, and it's very it's a very severe case. And he went to the hospital. He was sent to the hospital by ambulance. Absolutely, he went into the ER. And then, you know, take the surgery, and he was in hospitalization, and then he take rehabilitation, etc. And the bill within 6 months was more than $1 million. So, but he take the Prime Series plan. I believe he took the Prime 100, and the out-of-pocket maximum is $6,350, right? So yeah, that's everything that he was paid for the for his medical bills. So yeah, so usually you will see that the plan with the out-of-pocket maximum benefits will has higher premium. But we do have other plans that are without these benefits, and that plan is much cheaper than. But it is required. It is required by the Virginia Tech. So if you want to take a private insurance. All right. So next, yeah. So I also want, and you can see the plans premiums for student medical covers. From $2,000, more than $2,000 to, you know, around $1,200 per year. And I want to mention that that is the rate for students under 25-year-old. For students who are higher than that, older than that, the rate will be a little bit higher. And if you are, you know, older than 30-year-old, maybe the university sponsored one, which is Aetna, will be more suitable for you to choose from, because our plans are, you know, the premium of student medical coverage plans are based on the age. It's not a standard rate. All right. So next, I would like to show you the examples of the real EOB. EOB stands for explanation of benefits, and this is these documents will be generated after the insurance company process your claims. So I took two examples. One is ICU, ER, hospitalization, and then the one on the right is the immunization case. Okay, so when you got the EOB, so you I would say you can look at the two main important numbers. The first of all is the amount claimed. So amount claimed means the amount of the medical bills. That is the amount that your medical facilities bill to the insurance company. Okay, so for this customer's case, the amount claimed is more than $100,000. And after the discounts is the because the students goes to a in-network providers, so there were a huge discounts that the medical facility provides to the insurance company's customers. And then you look at the deductibles. Since the students goes to the ICU and he was in hospitalization, so deductible was applied to his bill. Okay, and then total benefits. Total benefits is the amount that the insurance companies pays to this medical bill, and then you can look at the patient balance. Patient balance is the amount that the students pays are finally responsive, the amount that the students are responsible for. So yeah, this is the $100,000 bill, and then finally the students pay only $7,000. Yeah, thanks to the out-of-pocket investment. Okay, and on the right side, immunizations. Student Medical cover plans that the plans that were provided for Virginia Tech students includes the immunizations at 100%. So you can see here, so these students take the insurance to do the immunizations. So when you look at the patient balance, the balance is 0. So yeah, and yeah, it's pretty much about the case examples. So if you are more interested about more examples, and if you have any private questions, just feel free to outreach to us at the end of the webinars. Okay. All right, so that is the summary of the Student Medical Coverage Plan's advantages. Absolutely, we have affordable premiums, and we have reliable coverage because our plans are provided by United Healthcare, the largest insurance companies here. So yeah, the coverage is guaranteed, and we are utilizing the United Healthcare PPO network. That network is nationwide. So you can not only see doctors at the Blacksburg, but you can also see the doctors when you're traveling, traveling in the nationwide. So you can, when you go to a new place and you have medical needs, the only thing you have to do is go to the insurance company's website and input your zip code, and then you will see all internet providers nearby. Okay. And then our enrollment procedures is very easy and instant. You can go to our website and input your university's name, date of birth, and then you can go to the next step to select your plan. Fill up several information like your email address. I will suggest to you your EDU email, and then your US address, and then your student ID. Then you can go to the final step to pay for the insurance. And we accept a Visa and a MasterCard and an Amex as well, okay? All right, then I would like to know the customer service that the Student Medical Cover provides. And we do have a lot of a customer service platform because we serve for all international students, like Line for Japanese students, and KakaoTalk for Korean students, WeChat for Chinese students, and WhatsApp for Indian students. So we do have customer 24/7 customer service on WhatsApp. So we also have a group specifically for Virginia Tech students. I will share the QR code at the end of the webinars. You can feel free to join it to raise your questions over there. Yeah. And we do have ticket system. So yeah, for simple questions, you can ask you can get your answers through the WhatsApp. But for complicated questions like claims, right? If you have some claim issues, you can submit your tickets over there. We will get back to you within 1 business day. And if you have some issues with the medical facilities, and if the medical facilities get your bills wrong, and usually the students have to negotiate with the medical facilities first, and then get back to the insurance companies to update your information, etc. But we are here. We Student Medical Covers will be here to to behave as your personal representative to help you solve these issues. So yeah, you can definitely utilize the ticket system that we provide to save you a lot of time on these complicated insurance related things. Okay. All right, then goes to some Q&A. That is the FAQ, and that is the common questions that the students have every year. So first of all, how many Virginia Tech students enroll in Student Medical Cover? Okay, so like I said, we don't only we are not serving for one serving for Indian students. We're also serving for like other international students, like Chinese students, Korean, and other regions, including Taiwan, Hong Kong as well. So we have around 600 international students every year enrolled in Student Medical Cover, and our plans are approved by Virginia Tech Insurance Office. And second question, so why Student Medical Cover's plans are much cheaper than the university-sponsored one? So first of all, our international student plans are eligible for F1 and J1 scholars only. So these insured members are considered as lower, have lower risk. So yeah, so this is the first reason. And then more importantly, we actually Student Medical Covers plans are not absolute cheaper. However, compared to the university, they consider every Virginia Tech students, they put every Virginia Tech students into one risk pool. So they will only offer one standard rate, no matter what age that you are at, and no matter what health conditions that you are in. So they will give you a standard rate because they are not a business, right? And for instead, Student Medical Cover, our plans are, the premium are based on the age. So like we have a same rate for students under 25. And if you are at 26 to 27, we have another products for you. And if you are between 27 to 20, the rates will be much higher. So I already mentioned that at the beginning of the webinar. If you are older than 30-year-old, maybe you can compare the rates. You might find out that Student Medical Covers plans are more expensive than the Aetna, which is the the partner of the Virginia Tech. Okay, so and then does Student Medical cover virtual doctor visits? So that is the common question raised in the pandemic. So yeah, so during the pandemic, usually students don't want to step out for medical needs if they just had a minor sickness. So yeah, Student Medical Cover covers the virtual doctor visits, and it's for free. It has unlimited access. So actually, you have to register on another app called Health is You, and if you are the United Healthcare Student Resources members, you are free to use it, and you can find it usually in the United States when you are seeking for doctors, make an appointment appointments with them, you have to wait at least 1 business day. And usually it takes like 3 to 5 business days. And if you want to take the virtual doctor visit, you will get your problem solved more instantly. Yeah, usually you don't have to wait too long, like 5 minutes to 10 minutes, and the platform will give you will provide you a US licensed doctors and get your problem solved. And they can give you the prescriptions as well and send it to the nearby pharmacy. So it is pretty convenient for for students who want to seek for medical help without stepping out. Okay, and then would be next question. So does the student medical cover covers the medical services at the student health center? So yes, the answer is yes. So no matter what insurance that you are taking, student health center are always open to all Virginia Tech students and staffs. So, if you're taking student medical cover, you can absolutely go to student health center seeking for medical help. And besides that, student health center is considered as in-network providers by our company, and the co-pays and the deductibles are waived. So let's back to the first the plan introduction. So even though Prime 500 and Prime 100 is, has higher deductibles, but if the student health center is the is the main medical facilities for you to, for you. So, and you can feel free to choose it because the deductibles will be waived. Okay. All right. So let me see. Yeah, and on the right side, this is the QR code for WhatsApp group. So feel free to join it, and our customer service will be there to answer your questions 24/7. And if you have questions now, you can unmute yourself and let me know, and I will answer your questions here. Any questions? No? Okay, so if there's no questions for now, you can like join the group and think about it. You should have a lot of questions about the insurance. So, okay, join the group and let me know like if you have any other questions. So let's okay. So let's can like switch to another platform to have your questions be answered. Okay, so and then Lakshya, I think it's the time to let's switch to your
there is one question though. Someone raised their hand.
Okay.
You can unmute yourself if you have a question.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, good day. So actually, I'm a 22-year-old master's student. So what's the plan that you will, suggest me today?
You mean what plans can be offered to you, right?
Yeah.
Yes. So we have 4 plans that meets the Virginia Tech. This is the 4 of them. Okay. So this is the general plans that we offered for provide to Virginia Tech students, and it's all approved by the Virginia Tech Insurance Office. And the rate here is for students under 25. Again, it's under 25. So if you are older than that, you can go to our website, which is smcover.com. Let me type here to get a quote. Okay. So you will see after you input your age, your date of birth, and then go to the next, go to the step 2, and then you will see the all plans with the premiums over there. And if you want to waive out the school insurance, and you have to take the whole year insurance coverage. Okay, so if you take other than that, your waiver might be rejected by the insurance office. And you can see the, yeah, like I said, go to step 2, and you can see the rates over there. For students who are at 25 and 26, you might see 2 other plans over here. One another plan over there, which is called Global Care Plus, rated around $1,900 per year. Okay, so if you are, if you are older than 30, so you may see a a crazy increase in the premiums. Okay.
Okay.
All right, so I will give you guys more detailed insurance plan comparison charts in that group, because this one is only the it's only the brief, only have the very simple insurance terms. I will give you a more detailed one and send it to the WhatsApp group. And by the way, it's the WhatsApp group. You can feel free to join it. And yeah, any other questions?
Yeah,
Hi, actually, I want to ask, like, what is the plan for 20, like, above 25-year-old?
For what's the plan for students over 25-year-old?
Yeah.
Yeah, the plan will be the same, but the rates will be different.
Like, any idea, like, because four plan I can see. So what will be the rate difference?
So if you are under like 30 years old, year old, so the rate for, let's take Prime 500 for example, the rate will comes to around if you are 20, let's say if you are 27 or 28, the rate will raise to around $25,000 per year, basically double the rate for students under the 25.
Okay, and I'm more interested in the Prime 100. So what?
What's that? Can you repeat again?
So I am more interested in Prime 100 plan. So what will be the cost for 25 to 30-year-old in that range? Well,
I'm not quite sure about your question. So you already taking the Prime 100 plan?
no. I'm planning to take Prime 100.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
for 26-year-old, let's say what will be the price?
Okay. So it's, yeah, so for 26 for students, so if that is the age range, it will be the same if you are at this age range. So let me see. Let me pull it out very quick. So if you are at 25 to 30, let me see. Let me show my screen though. Wait. So wait a second.
I can see it's around $3,300.
What's that?
I can see that Prime 100 plan at $3,300.
Oh, okay. Thank you so much. All right.
So is there any referral code which will be given to us?
Can you repeat again?
Is there any like promo code or referral code which will be
Okay.
given to us?
Yeah, referral code. So yeah, we do have referral programs for now. So yeah, you can go to the you can search on the Google like student medical cover referral, and you will see a link pop ups. Yeah, and you can input your name and your email address to generate a code. So if you can refer it to another one, like both of you can got bonus for that. But because it's the United healthcare regulation, so we cannot give you a deduction directly to the premiums, so we can only give you a rebate. We can only give you rebates, like gift cards, etc. So for referral programs in English market, I believe the referral bonus would be Amazon gift cards, $20 for each. And that is unlimited. If you can like refer to more people, like more friends, you can get more. But referral code is not mandatory when if you want to go to the next step. You can totally skip it if you don't have one. Okay, so yeah, any other questions?
There are a few in the Q&A section.
Oh, let me see.
Yeah.
Do we need to pay copay every time we visit doctors? Yes. So for physician visits, yes, copay is a fixed amount that you have to pay every time when you see the doctors. But like I said, like if you are seeing the doctor at the student health center, the copays will be waived. Okay. And then how much will be the charge if we have to go to the emergency room? So yeah, let's take Prime 100 for example. For emergency room, it has copays as well, but the emergency copay will be much higher for Prime 100 plan. So I believe the ER copay would be $200 per time. Excuse me. So let's take it for example. So if the medical bill for emergency room is $1,000 and you have to pay if you are taking Prime 100 plan, so you have to pay for $200 first, and then insurance company will pay 80% of the rest of $800. Okay, so next would be how good is the network of the United compared to Aetna, especially within Virginia. I will send the link to you and you can input the zip code over there. You can put the Virginia Tech zip code over there. So to see like how many providers and I mean the doctors and facilities nearby. But you know, United and Aetna, these two companies, I can send you a blog link to the group later as well. So United Healthcare and Aetna, so both of them are very large insurance company here. So it's hard to say like which networks is better. And since because you know, medical facilities are not only work with one insurance company, so usually they will take a lot of famous insurance companies. So to let their customers to visit the facilities of theirs. So yeah, it's a good question though, but it's hard to answer because it's hard to compare. But it's more direct. Instead, like I can give you the Aetna's network link and the United Healthcare network link, and you can compare the numbers over there. Okay. So then would be, does Virginia Tech VT copay the premium in case I have a assistantship? The official website saying that Virginia Tech covers around 88% in case of an assistantship. Yes, that's a good question. Actually, a lot of students ask the same question in the past years because you know they are going to apply for the assistantship after the academic year starts. However, you know, and it will be related to the refund policy, right? So for student Medicaid cover refund policy, so if your there is a first of all, so if your waiver got denied, we can issue 100% refund for sure. And then the second refund policy is that if your coverage hasn't been started yet, you can apply for the refund. It's apply for the full refund. But if your waiver, what if your coverage already been started and your waiver already approved by the university, and then you got your assistantship, you got your TA or RA, and you want to enroll with the university sponsored one, and in this case, we can. We cannot guarantee the refund. What we can do is, help you to apply for the refund to the United Healthcare, but it's not guaranteed. Usually, usually they will not approve it, but sometimes they will give you a partial refund though. So for students who are going to apply for the citizenship, I mean, like you can you can consider about the university plan. After all, like it covers a lot. Yeah, but you do have to, make sure about the refund, keep an eye on the refund policy. Okay, and then how is the coverage throughout the United States if I fall sick while traveling, and how much will have to pay? So the coverage, the insurance coverage is the same nationwide. It will not make any difference, if you travel to a different cities or states, it will remain the same. And if you want to, the only thing, the only situation is that if you like travel out of the United States, but not excluding your home country, right? If you are traveling to European countries in the holiday, and if you are fall sick and want to seek for medical help, and you have to, in that case, all countries besides except your home country and the United States will be paid as well. However, it will be paid as a the out-of-network benefits will be applied, so it will be paid at a much lower level. And you have to pay out of pocket first and then got your reimbursement when you're back to United States. Okay, so it's a good question though. The coverage will remain the same in the United States, no matter what cities and states that you are at. Okay, and is student Medicare cover Global Care Plus valid for Virginia Tech? Yes, the answer will be yes. Okay. So Global Care Plus plan is pretty similar to Prime 100 prime plan. It's pretty similar, but it has different age range, so it will consider 20 students under 23 as a group, and 23 to 26 as a group, etc. So you will see the price is will be the price for 25 and 26 will be more suitable for Global Care Plus. Okay. All right. And I think there's no more questions. And if you have any in the future, please feel free to raise your question in the group. I will be there, and our customer service representative will be there to have your questions be answered. Okay. Yeah. And yeah, Lakshya, you want to continue?
Yeah. Thank you,
All right.
Mandy.
Yeah, so welcome. Thank you for inviting us though. Okay.
Okay, so yes, again about the Q&A WhatsApp group. It's made by Student Medical for answering all the questions regarding health insurance. So do join it by scanning the QR code. You can even scan the QR code once we share the slides with you, which will be most probably the maximum by tomorrow morning. Secondly, after health insurance, the important thing is immunizations. So VT requires you to submit immunization form where it will ask you for all the dates of all the different immunizations that are required by VT for you to have before you reach the US. And you will have to submit that form by July 31st. So you should have that completed. And please do not try to fake any of those dates, because it's really important for you to have all your immunizations, all your vaccines done before you reach the US. It's a health concern at the end of the day, so you should be healthy and safe. So all the required immunizations, you can get it at the link. So all the links will be accessible by the slides, and we'll be, by the slides. So all of them are available on VT's website as well. So you can do that. And there are a few exemptions, religious exemptions, if applicable. You can try applying for it, and if it get approved, then you don't have to get that immunization. And for some immunizations, there's medical exemptions as well. So do check them out. What is the eligibility criteria and what's required? And there are some recommended vaccines as well. So do have them. It's a precaution to have them, but if you don't, it's not mandatory. there are a few recommended ones and there's a few required ones. So do check them. If you have any questions about vaccinations, you can email this email btina68@vt.edu. That's one of the representatives from VT. And from for immunizations, if they are not provided by Shifford, which is the Student Health Center at VT, then you can even go to the Montgomery County Health Department. Like you can call for an appointment with them at this number. So to have all your health insurance stuff and immunization stuff done before you reach the US. That's the best. Nextly, moving on to what to pack, I would like to give Sahil the floor. Sahil. These are the rough details of like what you should have for your immigration during your immigration and like present with you so that you don't have anything missing. Sahil, are you here?
Hi. So yeah, the most important part is the documents that you need for coming to the US. Mostly they are used in the immigration process. So first is like the passport and the visa, and make sure if you have multiple passports, do get all of them and have at least a couple of copies of it, like the Xerox copies. Have the I-20 that is signed by you, and just check you have the right name on that, right course name and the right course start date. Also have like the air ticket, you have the original one, and make sure you have another copy of it. Then the service receipt, that too. Also, it's like for everything, you should have at least a couple of copies. So the service receipt, the admit letter, the mark sheets and the degree certificates from your undergrad if you are coming for masters, the insurance card, then the GRE, TOEFL or SAT scores, the recommendation letter and a doctor's prescription for the medications if you are bringing some as a first aid kit for yourself, because without the prescription it might be an issue for you during the immigration or while you're traveling or coming to the US. Can you switch, Laksh?
Yeah. And one more thing, try to have like the prescription for over the counter as well, like the medicines that are over the counter as a safety precaution, just in case.
Yeah, just for all the medicine, just make sure you have a prescription by the doctor.
Yeah.
Then for baggage, like it's pretty common when you come for international travel, you have like two 23 kg bags allowed, one carry-on, one laptop bag, like a personal bag. So for the baggage, you need to make sure that the dimensions of your bag comes within the airline policies. And there are also cases like when I was traveling through, like I chose Qatar Airways. So for their student plans, I think they allow three 23 kg bags. So make sure like if you are allowed that, take advantage of that too, so that you can bring more stuff, which is not available here. Then these are like generic things which you need to take care, like the clothes, copy of all the documents, and if there are fragile items, wrap your clothes around it. Do not carry power banks in the check-in bags. Don't carry any restricted items in the bags as well. Any switch, Laksh? Yeah. Also, like there is a packing list we have consolidated, which is available on the VT website. And I think there's this link also here in the presentation, which will be shared later with you. It consists of all the things that you need to pack. That is maybe clothes, accessories, personal care, kitchen appliances that you might need here, food, medicines, and other stationery items. So these are like the housing form uh, links which you can use to find roommate if you are still struggling to find one. And these are the links to find a travel buddy if you're planning to travel with someone together. If there are maybe people who'll be traveling through the same flight and on the same day. So it's easier and always better to have someone with you coming to the same destination. Lastly, HIAS is also recruiting. We need more people to have a team and engage in more activities. You can get a lot of experience, exposure, networking with more people, seniors, and alumni networks. So if you're really interested, do join us.
Yeah, I think that should be it for
I
this
think that's
webinar.
it for today. If you have any other questions, you can just post it or ask it. And we
And
will
if
be
you have any feedback for the webinar, just scan the QR code and you can drop in your feedback and we try to make the next webinar more better for you. So drop in your questions. That's already one. If my classes start on 19th of August, can I enroll in student medical insurance after 10th of August because I will receive funds on 10th August from bank? I
I
mean, you
think
can.
I
The
think it's up to
waiver,
you when you want to enroll. It's just the mandatory part is that you need to get approved by VT before 31st. That is the crucial part. You can get it anytime in the month of August or whenever you feel like to, or whatever it is that you're
yeah,
comfortable.
but prefer to have it done before you reach the US if possible,
Exactly.
because it's always better to have insurance right from the day you're here. Do people
So
find
finding
roommates after we?
roommates,
Yeah,
uh,
go ahead.
like the first thing is if you come to the States and you don't have roommates, you might be wondering where you'll stay, right? But even if you like come to the States and you don't have roommates and you're still looking for apartments, I think there are options that you get your own room, but the other roommates might not be decided and they'll be decided by the apartment ones. Like there might be multiple single people who will be applying for the apartments, right? So you might be clubbed together and you might not know the other person beforehand. So it's always better to have your roommates decide before you come to VT and decide the place where you want to stay.
Yes, about the recommendations letter, it's not necessary that you bring it, but have your major documents with you, like uh, your insurance card if you have purchased the insurance, GRE, TOEFL scores, doctor's prescriptions if you're carrying a medicine, and all the other required documents. It's, yeah. I have submitted an immunization form. Will VT issue any health card before I move there? So there's no health card issued by VT as such. Uh, the immunization form is just for them to know, like, if you have all the required vaccines or not. And that's pretty much it. So there's no health card. Health card is issued by your insurance company. So that's the insurance thing. How do we pay the fees for the fall semester? Also, do we pay this after reaching the US or from India itself? So for paying the fees, there's like a portal, Flywire, where you can post the where you can pay your fees. And from what I've seen, July 16th is when VT will be generating its invoice for fall semester. So we'll be discussing about that in our next webinar as well, like in depth on how to pay your fees in details, if you have loans, how to go about it, and so on. So July 22nd, that would be the July 22nd or 20th, yeah. So July 20th would be the next webinar, and that's when you will know in depth. Otherwise, Flywire is one option and bank transfer is another, and you can pay it from US or India, depending upon if you have a US bank account or not at before the deadline. So that's there. During immigration, do they ask for medical insurance? They usually, from what I've seen, they usually
No,
don't.
no.
Yeah.
The most important document they ask for is your passport, visa, and your I-20.
The link for the WhatsApp group for 2024, you can have it. You can just copy this, like type it out, or we would be sharing the slides. So you can get it from that. or you can access it in our old slides as well. It's there in all our webinar slides. Just access it from there. I already have a room off campus, but I don't have roommates. Do I worry about not having roommates, or I can find one once I reach BT? I mean, it depends upon how you have partnered with the housing society. So like, if you have told the housing society that random roommates work, then they will be it's their headache to get a roommate. Otherwise, if the whole lease is on you, that you're paying for the whole 4 rooms, 2 rooms, or whatever you have gotten, then you should be looking for the roommates and stuff like that. You can find once you reach VT like roommates, but depends upon how you have dealt with your housing society about this. The recommendation letters, it's basically like the ones that school submits to the university that I recommend this person for etc. reason, ABC reason, yeah. I'm a 25-year-old. I can see a student medical plan for me is at 3,360, which is prime 100. In this case, at 9, student medicover is almost the same. So which is better? Is there any other option or company or plans which are better? So I mean, there are several companies at the end, but it's up to you which one you want to go for. I'm personally a student medicover. Like I'm enrolled with student medicover, so I haven't faced any problem. It's pretty good from what I've experienced in the past year. And yeah, so it's up to you how you see it. Can we submit transcripts physically after reaching VT, or Indian universities need to send it? So it should be sent via mail, like physical mail, or an email also works on the admissions email address, admissions@vt.edu. So you can email it, like tell your university to email it at that email address, or like physically email it. There's no way that you can submit the transcript with like on your end. It's something that the university or the school needs to do.
I think like what I did was I think I got my transcripts in a sealed envelope through the university, and then I submitted the same after coming here.
In that
But they
case, that
should be
also
sealed,
works.
and there should be like they have a seal thing that the university does it and gives it to you. So it shouldn't be broken if you are doing that. So the safe option is to always just get your Indian universities to get that mail to the Virginia Tech offices.
Does BT insurance cover dental insurance? You should check in the details for the BT insurance, like at now what they provide. From what I've seen, dental is a separate one. I'm
Separate,
not
yeah.
sure,
Dental is never
but
covered in any health insurance,
yeah,
if
so you
I'm
should
correct.
see what everyone is providing and decide accordingly. I'm about to have an opening bank account. When should we apply for it and how? So there are several banks in Blacksburg. There's Atlantic Union, Truist, and Wells Fargo. From what we've seen, most people go for Wells Fargo since it's easily accessible and one of the biggest banks all over the US. So you can go on their website and book an appointment for a physical, like you go on their website, like book a physical appointment for opening an account. But I think you need a phone number before you go ahead with the process of booking an appointment.
To
So
open a
if you
bank,
have a US phone number, then book your appointment right now, because if
you need
you
to
do
have a
it,
US mobile number
yeah.
first. You can do that.
If you reach US and then do it, there's going to be, you might have to wait for a month approximately. So you have to see how the appointments go, because a lot of international students come at that time. Last date to pay university tuition fees. So I'm not currently sure about that. Sahil, do you know?
No, not really. It's usually like the first week or like the week before the university starts.
You can email Bursar about that and get to know. I'm not exactly sure about the dates on top of my head as of now.
So it's
Post,
actually August
yeah,
12th for fall
August
24.
12th.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, post immunization record, what else are required to be done before coming to VT? Uh, as such, just pack your bags
Yeah.
and yeah, just chill. That's pretty much it. If you have gotten done with immunization records, your health insurance, there's nothing else that you should be doing right now.
Enjoy your
You should
time in
just,
this India until you're there.
yeah.
Resume this.
What about
Somebody,
course selection? So do we like should we do it now or it can be done once we reach the university?
I think the course registration thing, this is actually mailed to you and it varies, I think, for people who are already here and who are actually coming fresh for a new semester. So like you get the mail and I think they have given you deadlines and all those stuff for how you should approach for the course registration thing. Like for us, like for me, if you'll ask me, I've already done my course registration thing. So that totally depends on if you're a newcomer and you're coming. So your dates are a little pushed towards the semester, I think.
I think there's a course registration date on,
Yeah, going on.
like
Yeah.
this. No, it will start in August.
It'll start in August. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
it
what I'm
has
saying.
ended for
For
like
us, it's
the
already
first
done.
one.
For
Yeah.
us, it's already done. For new people, it's pretty pushed up towards the start of the semester.
Yeah. Do undergrad student need recommendation? As for recommendations letters, it's like totally optional. If you don't have it, that's fine. It's just a thing that if you have all the documents, that's fine. If you don't have the recommendation letter, that's fine too. So it's just very optional thing. It's rarely they ask for a recommendation letter that you have submitted. Yeah. Do I get any leadership stuff to do in if I join ISA as a first year, and do I have to enroll in any extra classes? So is it hectic? It's not hectic, it's just like mostly the events part that you'll have some work to do. Otherwise, it's just mostly discussion about how to go about the event. And yes, you do get leadership opportunities. So like after the first semester, if we see if you're doing good work, we might promote you or depending upon whatever the scenario is. And yeah, there's no
I
extra
think
class that you have to take for ISA.
mostly the more important part is there are a lot of people who become part of the ISA, but only few get a chance to go ahead because they want to grab those opportunities to prove their leadership skills. And
Yeah.
that's I think what if you want to have that experience, it's for you to grab it and make good use of it.
It's a lot of fun, I would say. Like I was a first year like when I joined ISA, and you can see where I'm right now. So do we get acknowledgement for VD that they have received a transcript? You should get it from admissions, I believe. You can mail them if there's
Or you
anything
can
required
just
from you.
follow up with them if they've received it.
Yeah, that's the best way to be safe. Rental insurance, there are like many. There's Lemonade, there's State Farm, there's a lot more. But from mostly what I've seen, people go for Lemonade or State Farm. So either one would work. Anything from you, Sahil, on that?
Hmm, I have no clue, bro. I still don't have my rental insurance for my first year. I'll get it for this next year.
Okay. How can I
How
get a
can I
SIM
get it?
from US with their plan if I buy a phone here?
Yeah, it's the usual thing. Like it's the same like you have in India. So you have a physical SIM, you just insert in your phone, use it. That's pretty much the same. So there are like you can actually online find service providers online, and then you have like options of an eSIM or a physical SIM. If
Physical
you want
SIM,
a physical SIM, you can get it delivered to
a
anyone like
US address.
yeah, to the US address, anyone if you know, or maybe your place. And then when you just land day one, you can just insert that same SIM in on your phone and get it started.
It's recommended that you get an eSIM if your phone supports it, because that's the best way to have it have the connectivity as soon as you leave the airport. Someone was raising their hands.
Yeah. You can unmute and ask a question if you're raising your hand.
Yeah.
Which is US Mobile better, or is Team once again Mint Mobile better?
So from personal experience, I would say US Mobile is better because I switched from Mint to US Mobile and it actually works in remote areas as well. So just to give you a fun example, I went to a trip for a week to Florida and none of my friends had their signals on their phone while we were on the roads, and it was me who was able to play music in the car.
Okay, thank you so much.
Mint is actually good, but it sucks when you are actually indoors. When inside your apartments, it actually sucks sometimes. You might not even get your
Hmm.
call and it might be an SOS sometimes. Sometimes.
It depends
Sure.
upon
And
where you're
Indian
living and where you are.
are Indian phones compatible with the SIMs in USA?
Yes, they are.
Yeah.
All right. I actually checked with my phone. My phone was a Samsung S21, and I put its IMI number on T-Mobile and some other companies as well. And some said that your phone will not work with our network, and some said it will. So I decided to just change the phone. I believe
That
it's
is,
better to match the 5G bands, right?
I
yeah,
mean,
maybe, but
it's up
yeah,
to
that
you, like how you want to work it out, but they do work
whatever
as
works for
far as
you.
I'm.
I mean, like they straight away said that it will not work. So it will be, I believe it will be useless. So
Like, I'm not
It's
sure. That is pretty weird because I had a OnePlus 7 series and I still got the SIM and it worked for me.
yeah, and I'm using an
it was a
iPhone.
marketing thing then.
Having like 5-year-old phones like iPhone 11 and stuff, they are also fine.
I believe iPhones
Yeah,
support all the bands, I believe.
every country has a different band, but like
Yeah.
how where you purchase
And
it, but
mostly it works. It works in most cases.
Got
yeah,
it. Thank you.
I mean the best case scenario is you try it over there. If it's not working, then you get a new phone. If you want to go that route.
Yes,
Like the service
sure.
provider new phone. Yeah.
I'm planning on getting a new laptop. Is it better to get it there or get it here?
It's up to you wherever you get a good deal. I got the same deal in India for my MacBook. Almost it was just a 2000 rupee difference from US versus India. So I just got it in India itself because there was still 6 more months before I come to the US and I
Yeah,
needed the
so
laptop.
it's depending upon where you get a better deal, or
Totally
if you're
depends
waiting
on
for
where
Black
I'm getting
Friday.
the offer. Yeah.
Yeah, Black Friday is the next thing. I'm arriving in another state. Can I open a bank account there, or would that be a problem? That shouldn't be
Uh,
a problem,
it's
but
not a problem. I have friends
yeah,
who are like that, but the only thing is if you have any issue or something that comes up, and if you don't have the branch in your city, like Laksh said, Wells Fargo and Truist are the most common ones here. So if you're opening the bank account in any other bank account, like maybe Bank of America or maybe JP Morgan or anything else, so they don't have branches in Blacksburg. So
and there's
there's
no ATM as well. There are only 3 ATMs in Squires or like in Blacksburg from what I've seen. That's Truist. Then there's uh, what was the other one?
Wells Fargo,
Truist,
Truist.
Bank of America, and Wells Fargo.
Yeah. So
So
just
just see
remember
which
the
bank you're opening with.
yeah.
Can we take US SIM card before traveling, maybe to ask our relatives in USA to take one for? Yes, that is possible, like
Yeah.
completely possible. That's up to you how you want to work it out. Is
Only the
Bank of
Bank of
America?
America ATM is there on Meeting Campus,
Yeah,
not a physical branch.
the
Just
nearest branch would be like 3 hours away in Lynchburg or something, and there's one in DC or something. That's like 3 to 5 hours distance, so up to you. Whom do I reach out if I filled out the FORSAT form for an undergrad course but haven't heard back for a long time? Reach out to your academic advisor. They'll let you know the correct person to contact or the status. How does student medical work compared to ISO in terms of cost and coverage? Sahil?
I haven't compared ISO much. I think ISO has only two plans, if I'm not wrong, and one. For me, I think I have not explored these options much because I am more than 25 and every plan is like 3,000 and above for me. So I'm just trying to choose the cheapest of them all. So I'm not sure about this ISO insurance thing.
In terms
You can
of
actually, like,
coverage,
the main things that you need to compare for medical insurance plans are the co-pays, deductibles, and the major 4 or 5 things that were visible on the student Medicover thing, the brief. I think you basically need to cover and compare all these stuff with all the insurance you're planning to take, and then finally decide on which ones you want.
yeah,
Which one
and
do you personally recommend? Which plan do you personally recommend?
Like last year, I had the PSI one, but this year PSI has like
increase the prices.
their prices a lot. So I'm not sure right now. I'm still exploring. I still have
I actually checked with ISO. They have the cheapest plan available. I believe it was 1,200 per year. I mean,
yeah,
it's if you're below 25.
exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah,
below
that's
25, you get below 3,000, like if you're not going for Aetna by VT. But
yeah.
after 25, it's
Below
depends.
25, there are options and you can compare. But like a couple of my friends had PSI and both, like the student Medicover thing. ISO, I don't think so much people had. From what I know, from what like people I know, I think most of them had the PSI and the student Medicover, and that's pretty much I've known from people I've known.
And are the on-campus part-time jobs hectic, and what is the approximate income one can? So they're not hectic as such. It depends upon the number of hours you're working and what you're working at. So
Yeah.
it's all dependent on that. Maximum hours you can work is 20. And approximate income again depends upon the per hour pay. So dining pay is about $16, and UTAs are paid $15. Research depends. So it's about like what you're able to get.
So
Dining
for
is something that, yeah,
dining is something that is readily available and it takes up some physical labor if you are working for all the 20 hours because it's hectic with school. So mostly people do is between 12 to 15 hours, 12 to 16 hours. And the income generated, if you want to know, is roughly between 800 to like $1,000 a month if you're working for like 14 to 16 hours approximately.
but it again depends upon
Yeah,
what you're
totally
working at,
depends on
because some
what you're working, where you're
place,
working.
yeah, because some place there's $13 an hour as well,
Exactly.
$12 an hour.
There are housing services where they pay you only $30 an hour. So it's
It's
up
up
to
to
you.
you.
Do usually all people get dining? Like, is it
Yeah,
easy to
Mostly,
get dining?
mostly,
anyone
yes.
can. If you haven't taken any like done anything wrong with them, then you can get it.
Yeah.
Wrong with them, as in?
Like
Like if
basically
you're
if
not
you
doing something that makes them to leave you,
terminate you, or like if
it's
you
easy.
resigned and you didn't do the notice period that they require, then yeah, that's the issue.
But I think he's
All
asking
right.
just for to
Yeah,
start the job. If it's easy to get,
Yeah,
yes,
yeah.
it's very easy. It's just you need to clear an exam, which is like a MCQ thing. For that, you just can study for a night, not even a night, overnight, and
not
just get in the morning.
like I studied for my exam for dining like 30 minutes, and yeah, that worked.
All right. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not that tough. It's basic questions.
Yeah. How to apply for on-campus jobs or assistantships? Handshake. That's the thing. You can
Handshake or
visit the
for
website.
assistantships, you can connect with professors. That's the
Yeah.
only thing.
And can we do it now? Yes, you can apply for on-campus
Yeah,
jobs and assistantships
you
right
should
now. They're
actually start.
open
Like,
because as you come closer to the start date of classes, there will be lesser opportunities in
correct.
terms of on-campus jobs and assistantships.
You should guys actually start doing it if you are looking for assistantships and stuff.
Is there any deadline to submit university transcripts? I believe there is, but there's nothing as such specific on VT's website, so
Yeah.
it's better to confirm with admissions. What are
How
your
do we
majors?
actually approach professors for assistantships? Like, how do we
Just cold
approach
mail.
mail?
Cold
Okay,
mail. Yeah.
all right. Like, what about what things do we mention in it? Like resume, and what are the other things like research interests and all?
Yeah,
Yeah.
correct. Research interests, and make sure that if when you're talking about your interest, they should collide with the professor's interest as well. Like make sure to dig up into the professor's profile and see what work he has done, what papers he's published, and what research interests him the most. You can't just like if I'm a professor, if I'm interested in machine learning and doing stuff like that, you can't just come up to me and say I'm interested in doing web development. Will you be able to provide me some work? So that
Uh,
is a very crucial thing.
So I've done my job in electric vehicles for almost a couple of years.
Yeah.
So I just want to ask is, uh, so should I approach only people in mechanical, like faculty in mechanical, or can I approach people in electrical as well?
You'll have a better chance if you'll connect with professors that collide with your work ex you've had. That will actually like make it better for you to get assistantship
Okay,
or project work under the
because
professor because you have that
I'm
experience with the work.
all right. Because I am from MS Mechanical, and some senior told me that I could also approach professors from electrical engineering as well.
Yes, you can.
Whoever.
Yes. You can approach
Okay.
professors in any department. Any department, I would say.
it's just
Okay.
how lucky you get.
Just how
And
you collide with the professor and
yeah.
make sure that he gets you the project you want to work on.
Okay. And also, Aetna is like gives 88% waiver on insurance when we have assistantships. It doesn't work with Medicover, right? Shouldn't Medicover?
Hmm. I didn't get your question exactly.
So I watched a webinar
Yeah.
from Aetna. So they
Okay.
said if we have assistantships, they waive 88% of the fees of the insurance.
Up to
Yeah.
88.
Up to
Yeah.
80%.
Yeah.
So student Medicover doesn't cover that, right? Like they
No,
don't waive
because
anything.
Aetna
No.
Yeah.
is provided by the university. So if you are having assistantship with the university or the department, then it's like the same like you have a job. You have a job, then the company provides you with health insurance, right? So
Right.
it's the
Yeah.
same. Having assistantship here, that means you're working for Virginia Tech. So they'll provide you with health insurance and like give you like that 88% of that subsidy or what you'll call it, a discount or
Whatever
something.
that has been promised to you.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Thanks.
Me and Sahil both are CS majors. I'm an undergrad. Sahil is master's. And first year, Sahil.
My first day was pretty good because my roommates were existing VT students, so I had it all set it up. I didn't go to Squares, sorry to say. I just came directly to my place because my roommates came to pick me up from the DC airport. And for the first day of classes, it was fun, honestly.
Yeah, first day of classes was fun. And
Always fun.
technically, I just reached to Squires from Megabus, and then I just walked my way to my dorm. That was my first day. Where can I find the web recording for this webinar? So you can visit our link tree. So we'll be uploading the recording and the slides by maximum tomorrow morning. So you can visit our link tree and there'll be a heading summer webinar resources. So there will be the recording and slides, including the sponsor page as well. So which includes Student Medicover and our previous one, Empowered ones as well. Would I need an SSN to get a bank account or SIM card? So bank account, no, you're not required to have an SSN. They will just
Required
ask you
as
for your PAN card or whatever from India and some Indian address, like your permanent one, since you'll be a non-resident alien once you come here. And for SIM card, if you get a prepaid one, then it's not required. And if you're getting postpaid, then SSN will be required for you to get a SIM card plan. So mostly people go with either like family plans where people already have family plans and they just add another SIM to it, or prepaid plans. So it depends upon what you take. And to get an SSN, you will need a job. And once you have your job letter in hand, It usually takes a week or maximum two once you visit the SSN office in Roanoke. No, the university does not help in setting up bank accounts. You have to do it on your own. Or if you need any help, just message any one of us, like one of the ISM members or current students or previous students. So they'll help you out. Could you please tell me if the pickup charge is high for transporting furniture like a bed frame and mattress from one location?
You have like a couple of options to do that. First is you take it, carry it on your back or your hands with your friends and take it to your place. That's the cheapest thing. But if you're looking for like transporting furniture, I think you have an option to maybe like rent a car or rent a U-Haul. U-Haul is like a truck service which has like you have in India the transport trucks, right? The mini trucks.
So you
So it's
drive
like
those
that. You
yourself in
can rent
US.
it, you can drive it yourself, grab your stuff, pick from one place to another place. And to minimize your cost for this, you can have like a couple of people, like multiple people who wants to do like who wants to transport their stuff from one place to another. So they're like all of you can book just one of that U-Haul truck thing and then split the money among yourself. That's
Yeah.
how you make it cheap. Otherwise, it's gonna be expensive if you're just transporting a mattress and a bed frame, something.
Academic advice is not responding. So they usually take a lot of time during the summer since they have a lot of inquiries. So just wait. If they haven't responded to you in like a week, then write a follow-up email and try following up or setting up an appointment with them through Navigate. That would be the best way. They get a lot of queries during summer since around like 8,000 undergrad and then I don't know how many masters and a lot of people join VP during fall. So they get busy. They will take time. But the best way is contact them through email, like follow up or set up an appointment with them. I'm getting a lot of calls from the name of asset and they're bullying me too much. Well, if it was in front of me, I would have humbled them, but what should I do about it? E-punch. So about that, we have heard complaints about that. The best way right now, we're trying to sort that out on our end. The best way right now is to ignore these calls and like if they mention ISA, then just cut those calls because no ISA member will be trying to contact you over call unless and until you ask us to, like specifically. And it will be one of the admins itself of the groups. And if they're not admin, then it's just a prank, fake call, fraud call. So just try to decline those calls if you identify it. We have identified one number from like the complaints. So we have shared that in the group and on our story as well on Instagram and Facebook. So just yeah, decline as of now and ignore. We are trying to figure out something to do with that. My
So
stay
from
is about
Student
3.
Square,
Yeah.
so from Student Square, is there a direct bus to University Terrace, like for the first day?
Yeah, there's BT Transit, so you can check their routes. I'm not sure
But
about you.
wait, there is a change in the bus routes, which I think
Yeah.
is not aware about. So
No,
there
no,
are
no.
no buses right now from BT Transit that goes to Squares at all. Now, like
Oh,
in India, we have bus station, bus stop. So VT has also created a bus station, bus stop where all the buses coming from outside campus lands. And from there, there is a campus shuttle that goes through the entire circle of the campus, which will run every 5 minutes once the semester starts. So you have to maybe walk away a bit from Squares to take that campus shuttle and then reach the bus station and then take whatever bus that takes you to your place.
Okay.
Yeah.
my stay is 3 miles away from VT, but the bus station is 0.5 miles away. Would it be easy to travel or is it difficult? It shouldn't be difficult. 0.5 miles is like very common for US. In fact, if
Yeah.
you're on the campus, you usually walk more than that at once. So it's kind of a habit that you'll be getting into.
Not that big,
So
a 0.5 mile bus stop.
yeah,
But make sure you catch the bus. If you miss it, you might be late.
yeah. So there's a bus I'm not sure about the new timings, but there should be a bus every 15
Timings are still
minutes.
the same. The timings for
Yeah.
all the buses are still the same. It's just that they don't go to like the Barisal and the squares. There were two major stops. So now they
Yeah.
come to one common point. That is, there are like different bays that they've made, bay 10, bay 11, bay 12. So at every different bay, there is a different bus coming from different part of Blacksburg, but they all come to one common point. That's the
Yeah.
main thing.
Okay. Yeah.
Are there any Indian
Uh,
stores in around Blacksburg?
yeah, Oasis. That so it's not exactly an Indian store, it's an international
Asian
store,
store.
so you get stuff from other countries as well, but there are a few Indian items over there that you can find, like quite a few, I would say.
Okay.
I'm less than 18 years old. Can I open a bank account independently without another adult as a joint account? I don't think so. There you can do that. Best is you can contact the bank's customer service and ask them about it, like what's the process. But from what I know, you cannot do that if you're under 18.
Can I bring
Can I bring?
data? No, for me, I think they didn't allow me. They asked me to book an extra seat for it,
Yeah,
which was foolish,
you
totally.
should ask
So
your airline what to do.
check it with your airlines. I think different
Yeah,
airlines work different ways, but for me, I think I've traveled with American Airlines, I've traveled with Indigo and Qatar Airlines. So they all the three didn't allow me.
just contact your flight about that. You know.
Is there transit visa required for London Heathrow?
I don't know, bro. I landed in Qatar. I took the transit visa to go out.
I don't think so unless and until you have to go outside of the airport, you don't have to.
Unless you have to go out,
Although,
and then only you
or
need a
your
transit.
layover is too long. Yeah. Just
My
Even if
problem
the
is
contact your.
layover
too
is
short.
long and if even if the layover is long and if you're still staying on the airport, you don't need a transit visa. You only need a
Yeah,
transit visa if you want to exit the airport and go out in the city.
Okay.
just contact your airlines to be sure though.
Yeah. Okay.
They
All
will
right.
give the accurate info.
Next bus, they're always on. Yes, I think it's mostly on time. No one has ever complained about it. It is on time.
There have been, it depends upon the time, and there have been instances where it's late, but like not a lot. So it will be arriving at the airport or like leaving the airport by the scheduled time. So you
It
should
might
be
arrive late
there.
in Blacksburg due to some weather reasons or other reasons, but when it starts from the airport, I think it's mostly on time.
Yeah. After reaching the US, the airline changes. My first airline has student concession. Will it carry forward? Usually it doesn't.
It doesn't.
So you'll have to contact with them. I think Aman has a question.
I don't have a question.
Oh, okay. Any other questions, guys? Okay, is there an option to buy out the bus service for VT?
Hello.
Yeah.
So
Just a
actually,
second. Yeah, go ahead.
so basically, one of my courses got filled up. I was asking what I can do. So there is a virtual option for the course. So should I go for that because I already registered for 6 in-person credit, and for the virtual I already added the four side thing like around 2 weeks back, more than 2 weeks back, but I didn't get any update regarding
The
that.
4 SAT results come out together. Like for there, it might be a lot of people who might have 4 SAT that course, and it's not a first come first serve thing. So I think they release the results of those 4 SAT at a particular time, and then you get to know if you've got it or not. Or the worst case, what you can do is if you really want that course, you can just contact your professor who's taking it and like sell yourself that I really want that course for so and so reason. It should be convincing enough for the professor to enroll you in that course.
So it's basically it will work if I'll directly talk to the professor if I'm not
It
able to
can
get
work, yes. It can work. It has worked for a couple of my friends last semester,
okay,
so
okay,
I know
okay,
it
that will help
works.
you. Thanks.
Yeah. You just
Is
need to
there
make
any,
sure that you
yeah,
convince him that you need that course for sure.
Sure, thanks.
Yeah.
Is there any option to buy out the bus service for BT and through other city? So BT Transit is free for everyone, so that works for all over the Blacksburg almost, and even Christiansburg it covers. I'm not sure if the new stops are there for Christiansburg, but yeah. So you don't have to purchase anything as such. Can we get a waiver or confirmation from BT for medical insurance before enrolling? So I'm not sure about that. I think you have to enroll, but the best person to answer that would be Student Medicover. So you can join their WhatsApp group through this, and you can ask your question over there, and they will give you a sure, short, correct answer over there. So yeah, they would be the best person to answer it.
Actually, one more. The question related to this health insurance only. So
Mhm.
basically, what is the actual process? Well, like timeline wise. So we'll apply for waiver. So basically, first we'll apply for the insurance to the student medical, and then apply for waiver, or it will work opposite. And then when we have to pay, like, can you just walk us through the process?
So they have changed to how they go ahead with the process this year. So what happens is before what used to happen was you get the insurance, pay for it, and then you apply for the waiver with all your details like your policy number and everything and your policy documents. So all of that would be provided with the insurance provider. However, this year what they do is you enroll and then you apply for so you get a policy number at that time and you apply for the waiver, and after you apply for the waiver the charge for the insurance, even if it's a third party one, it's added to your fees. So it's added into your fees account that will be released by the bursar. So it will be added over there and then you pay. It's something like that now. However, if you want more clarity on that, ask Student Medicore. They'll be of immense help in that case, as they provide excellent guidance from what I've seen. So yeah.
Thanks. So basically, the payment thing is something like because most of us will be taking loan and will be paying the insurance using that loan. So and most of the people have not get the disbursement till now. So
Yeah, so I think it's paid through VT this time. I'm not sure. I remember Mandy mentioning something like that, but again, it's better to confirm with Mandy or over the group. So that would be best. What do you do if you're under 18 and can't get a bank account? About that, first of all, try to confirm with the bank if they allow, because I'm not exactly sure if they do. And if they don't, then the best case would be to not have a bank account for whatever period of time you're not 18, and ask your friends to pay you or some way, and you get cash, something like that you will have to work out, or use a Forex card instead from India to pay your expenses. That's the best way if you're not able to get a bank account in US. What is a bet? Aman, did you have a question? You had raised your hand.
Actually, I wanted to say that I took the ISO insurance and then I paid for it. And then after paying for the insurance, and then I got my policy number, the card, and all of the other documents. And
Mhm.
then I applied for the waiver, and it is still under process. But I believe actually they did not get my waiver due to some technical issues or something. And they will say that they are saying that they will process it on Monday and or something like that. Anyways, so I believe the process is the same as the old years. I don't know again,
Yeah,
but
it's the
yeah, because I have actually paid for the insurance like firsthand before even signing the waiver.
Yeah,
yeah, that's what you do actually. You get the insurance
that's
and
what
then
happened. I'm just not sure because I remember Mandy putting out a message, something like that. So that's why I was just saying.
I believe
But
they
don't
could
worry,
have a partnership with Virginia Tech or something like that. I don't know.
probably, or I'm not sure. Just ask over the group what's the process, and they'll be more than happy to help you out if you
but
have any
he's
Thank
taking
queries.
the
you.
ISO one, right?
Yeah, I took the ISO Care Elite.
Yeah,
Mhm.
for even ISO, I think it'll work because one of my friend took it maybe last year, and I think it works. It'll just get approved. Maybe if they're saying Monday, just give them some time. They'll do it
Yeah.
because ISO
Thank
is
you.
approved by waived by VT.
What is the
Thank you.
best way to arrive from Blacksburg to Blacksburg from IIT Airport? There's Megabus that you can take, or Ourbus, OURBUS, that one. So those are the two best ways. Those are like cost friendly as well. Like they charge $50 to $70 for a ticket. So, but you'll have to see about the luggage, and yeah.
I wanted to ask about Megabus. So
Yeah.
let's say the bus, I checked the timings. The bus goes from 10:45 a.m. from IAD to Virginia Tech, and it departs from 10:45 a.m. And let's say if your flight is landing by 3 p.m. or 5 p.m., then what
Mhm.
should you do in that situation?
The best is to, if you find our bus, I think has an evening bus. I'm not sure. There's one from Blacksburg to IIT, but I'm not sure from IIT to Blacksburg. So if you can check on our bus's website what their timings are, and if
Hmm.
they match your timings, then in that case take that bus. Otherwise, stay the night. That's the best way. Or
And
you,
how do you
yeah,
stay the night at the
book a
airport? Like,
hotel. Book a hotel. Like
book
Couple
a
there are
of
a
Airbnb.
few hotels around, so you can
there
just
are
book those
like
hotels.
couple of hotels which are right around the airport, so you can
They
just book
most of the hotels have shuttle service to and from the airport, so
the
you
airport
can
and
check
well.
what's the best book for it.
Got it. Thank you.
Once we reach Blacksburg, will ISA arrange any meet where all the Indians be? So we will have something like that coming soon. We'll be letting you about that information like nearer to August. That's by then we'll be
Yeah,
planning it out.
once the days are closer to college start, we'll let you know with the information of the events and stuff that we'll be doing for students who have come new and want to
Yeah.
like interact with
There's
each other.
one welcome social that's planned for sure, for which the dates will be released soon. So that will be there, and then we are planning some more things. So we'll let you know
I
about
think we
everything.
also have that campus tour thing.
Yeah.
We
So
are
we'll be
having it
letting
this
you
month.
know about that as well,
All these updates will be given to you through the WhatsApp
nearer
groups
to
of
August. Yeah.
the ISA Instagram page and other stuff. So
Yeah. So just follow us on our Insta, Facebook, and
for all the updates and
Insta and
stuff.
Facebook pages, and join our WhatsApp group. And most of you been added to the Google groups as well, which is like our mailing list. So you will get a mail as well if you're part of that. So yeah. Can we only get a SIM card after reaching US, and which SIM card is preferred and which plans are preferred? So SIM card after reaching US. I mean, you can get it in India if you're choosing the eSIM option. Otherwise, physical SIM is possible only through US. So that's there, and which SIM card is preferred. So all of us use like different companies. Like I use AT&T. I switched from Mint. Sahil uses US Mobile. He switched from Mint. So I mean, it depends upon what suits the
I think
what.
everyone who comes to the US, they first use Mint because it's the cheapest available option. And I think they give you some
Yeah,
offer or something for 3 months, which is
$15 a month or something like that. That's their
yeah.
offer
And
for
after
three
3 months, you
months.
realize that if you're okay with it, if it's working fine in your area where
Then
you're
you
staying,
continue.
otherwise you switch. That's how
Yeah,
it works. That's how I've seen everyone here doing.
yeah. And plans, it depends upon your usage. So if you're on the campus, you wouldn't need the internet as much
Yeah,
because you'll
I
be
think
connected in all the buildings.
Wi-Fi is available mostly everywhere in Blacksburg because in Blacksburg, I think you'll only go to two places, your house and the campus.
Yeah,
And if anywhere else you're going, you won't be using that much of an internet. So it's up to you. If you want to get an unlimited plan, maybe it'll be like $10-15 more. Or if you want to get a base plan, which maybe gets you 10 GBs per month or something. Like what I'm personally using is 10 GBs per month, and I hardly use 5 GB a month. So
yeah.
it works for me. And I pay like $15.
Can we get a bank account on so? Yes, you can only get a bank account after you reach US because online option is just for residents. Like if you want to open an online account, that's only for residents.
Yeah, it's good to pay the tuition fee through Flywire. I did that. Many of like most of the people who try to transfer the money from India or some other account, they do it through Flywire and it's safe.
Yeah, it depends upon like what rates you're getting. Like some people tend to do bank transfers if they're doing loans.
Yeah.
So there's a so you contact and get the stuff done. So
Oh, it's not cold at all. It's a very pleasant weather in August. You love it, especially when you're coming from India.
yeah, it's like around
Is it like
29 degrees. Yeah,
It's 29 right now, but it's usually between 20 to 25 between August to
yeah.
October.
is it recommended to get a family plan for mobile connectivity, mobile
You can
network?
get it like it's
It's a
like when
good
you are
way.
going for the big carriers like AT&T, T-Mobile, Verizon. So if you're getting the unlimited plans for them, it's pretty expensive. But if you get it like a family plan and still get the unlimited plan, you'll get the cost reduced to the same cheapest cost, like 25 to 30 bucks
Yeah.
a month.
Yeah, I think AT&T has like a $25 a month plan for unlimited, which I'm currently using. It's a prepaid one, but in
Yeah,
that you have to pay for a whole year at once. So you pay
exactly.
300 at once. So, but you won't have to pay like every month then. Yeah. So it's up to you what suits you the best, what plans are there. Is ISO Care Insurance not elite valid? ISO Care Insurance is valid, but depends upon the plan.
Yeah.
So it's always on the plan. Just meet the minimum requirements that's there on BT's website, and I think you should be good. Which cell provider has the best network in Pritchard Hall? Um, Cell provider. I mean, all cell providers have a good network. It depends. It really depends. Sometimes your phone wants to give you Wi-Fi. I mean, the network, sometimes it doesn't. So it's not something that uh that's there like this is the best. It depends upon many things. So, but AT&T is one of the reputable one if you're going to prepaid, like the one plan I mentioned that's there. Mint Mobile is another one. I used for the first 3 or 4 months Mint Mobile, and then I shifted. And I was also living in Pritchard, so I was fine. There were some hiccups, like if I went towards Han Hall, like over there, but otherwise I was pretty good all over. When is it very
So
cold in Blacksburg, or can you
winter
talk about the
starts
climate?
around December or maybe last week of November. It's the temperature starts to fall, and the lowest temperature you'll experience will be roughly in the months of December and January. That's what it has been like in Blacksburg for the past couple of years, and in the past 3 years, it snowed only this year in January for a week. That's it. So, and I think when you are in indoors, it usually don't matter much because you have the thermostats and all that working, which keeps the temperature constant. So that is it, I think. The winters are mostly for like three months maybe, I think.
Yeah.
With the
Uh,
same thing, I think the same thing is there are two options. If I'll just easyfy this for you, there are two options. One is a eSIM, one is a physical SIM. The eSIM you can get it even when you are in India, and once you land in the States, your SIM starts working. The physical SIM you can only get it in the States. Maybe you can just order it now and deliver it to your friend's place or any place you know. And then the moment you land here, you can not land here. The moment you come to Blacksburg and get the physical SIM and insert it in your phone, you can get it working. For that time, you need to have an international roaming plan from coming from the airport to Blacksburg because it'll not work if you had no internet connectivity. So these are the options. I hope you got it.
about how hot? It's like 29, 30 max from
It
what I've
doesn't go
seen.
up beyond 30. Like
Yeah.
beyond 30, it went a couple of days back, but maybe for an hour. It doesn't go beyond 30 degrees Celsius at
Yeah.
all.
It's quite more pleasant from India, what I've seen in the past few days.
Summers are
Uh,
pretty. I'm here for the
yeah.
summers. It's little hot. Like the temperature is not hot. The temperature is still 29, 28, 30, but it feels hot because I think there's no pollution here and the sun directly falls on you.
When is it very cold in Blacksburg? That's answered. Never mind. Is Foxbridge a good place to stay given the distance, or should I choose closer rooms?
Foxbridge is a big place, and like it's a very big community. It's divided into two sections. It's Foxbridge. It's actually not Foxbridge. Foxbridge is the institution or the firm that like
Mm-hmm.
controls the entire society. With the society name is Heathwood, and Heathwood has two partitions, A and B, and both of them has one bus for each of the sections. So I don't think it's a issue. I've been staying here for a year.
And
Lakshya
I'm
is
going to be
moving.
living there
He's moving
from
in
next
for the
semester.
next year. So it's a good place to stay.
Yeah.
It's peaceful. Humidity, it only depends when it's raining. I think, and also about the rain, you
It's
cannot
very
predict it.
unpredictable.
You cannot predict the rain at all. Maybe you are taking a bath and planning to go out, and when you come out of the washroom, dress up, and when you walk out of your room, it's raining.
Yeah.
So that is Blacksburg for you.
Yes, you usually register for courses before you pay for the tuition fees, but it doesn't really matter until and unless you're planning to go above the maximum limit that they ask you to in the number of
UT
credit
versus
hours.
Foxbridge. I think the major difference between UT and Foxbridge is the room sizes. The UT rooms are pretty small. Apart from that, I think many of my friends complained about the maintenance thing because the buildings in UT are pretty old, from what I've heard. These are no claims I'm making, it's just what I've heard from people. So that's it. Pheasant Run, I have no clue about it. Sorry. Yeah, and I
You
don't
can
think
check
Lakshya.
online reviews for best case, or
Yeah.
maybe put in our older groups, like join our F23, S23 groups and ask their feedback over there. There would
Yeah,
be
for
some
any
people living.
housing feedbacks, the best way to get those feedbacks is to connect with people who like you have groups, WhatsApp groups, just post your queries there, connect with people who are already staying there. That's the best you can get for the feedback of housing,
Mhm.
I think. Like I'm living
Or
in
you can
Foxborough.
even check the housing form over there. If someone
Yeah,
says I'm at a particular housing
I'm
society, you can
staying
just
at a
ask over
particular
there.
because personally I'm staying in Foxes, so I can give you all the information for that.
And in the tuition fee info, fees is given in hours based. Can you talk about that? So, about tuition fees being in hours. So, usually the first few hours information that is given, that's not really relevant to international students because you have to maintain minimum credit hour requirement to be a full-time student and maintain your F1 status. So usually the last column is the one that you should be looking at. That's going to be your actual fees. Um, and yeah, and you'll get more clarity over it on 16th of July. That's when people have been saying that Purser is going to release the invoices. So you will get enough clarity over that. But based on hours, it's not really relevant to the international students. That's all I would say. If I need to get tuition hours from some professor, then how much time in advance? It depends upon professor to professor about how much time. So they usually tell you that you need to book an appointment with me so and so days earlier or like whatever, and you can get it. And it's not really tuition hours, it's like teaching assistant hour, more like
It's like research
teaching.
hours.
Yeah, so over there you can go and ask your query from the professor, like office hours. Yes, that's the term. So they have a few office hours where you can either go there directly or you have to book an appointment, depends upon professor to professor. And you can ask your query and yeah, so on. If I only get to register for 8 credits for MS due to course being full, etc., what will happen? Sahil.
If I'm Uh, I think I cannot answer that question because I think this is MS, and for MS the credits required for the international status and other things differ from the non-thesis people. Like I'm a non-thesis person, so I'm not the right person to answer that. Also, I
You're
think
academic.
you need to have 15 credit hours for MS students, and most of which are the research credits. And like what my one of my friend did was, if you are not able to get the entire course credits, they ask their professors to give them extra research credits, which they can compensate with that. I think that's what I've heard my friends do. That's what I know. Other
Yeah,
than
but
that, I can just connect with some MS students.
your academic advisor is the way to go.
Yeah. The academic advisor is the best way to get your answers resolved for such queries, especially credits, research thesis, and all that stuff.
Do crimes happen in Blacksburg? I haven't heard as such.
No, no, not really.
Doesn't. Yes, blacks. So that was a very
That
old
was just
thing
one of
about the
the
shoot.
incidents that happened in the States. It was not a Virginia Tech incident. It was one of the biggest incident of like the entire states, I think. And that was a
Yeah.
one-time thing. There, like if you just randomly roam around in the campus, you'll find not just like if you call it in India, the district police, it's not just district police roaming around, it's actually Virginia Tech police, it's Blacksburg police, and it's sometimes the sheriff from Montgomery County as well
Depending
roaming around.
upon the football games or basketball games or
Yeah,
whatever is
depending
happening in
on
the
like
camp.
the activities going on around in Blacksburg.
But BTPD is always there
Yeah.
at all times. So
The Virginia
anything
Tech Police
happening,
Department is like they're always there roaming here and there in the campus.
and they're very friendly to talk to as well. So if you just stop by and say hi, they'll be more than happy to like talk to you like for a while or something if you're interested in that. Uh, do buses run even late at night? I think until 2 a.m. on weekends they do, and on weekdays until
Yeah,
12.
on Fridays and Saturdays they are until 2, like last bus is I think 2:15. And other
Yeah.
than that, Mondays to Thursdays it's until 12. Like last bus is I think 11:45. And on Sundays I think it's over by 10, 9:45 if I'm not wrong.
You can check on BT Transit what the timings
Yeah,
are.
there's
Yeah.
like the BT Transit app, which I think you all should have once you land here, because that's your way to like
Yeah.
go through the buses and
There's
everything.
there's also an arrival guide on our website where all the main apps that you require is listed. You should have those apps while before you come to the campus, so it's easy for you to be ready for the campus life. Are there any theaters near Blacksburg with screen Indian movies? There's, I think, one in Roanoke. I don't know.
The
Roanoke is
closest
like,
one where you can find Indian movies is in Roanoke.
yeah.
That's right.
So that's like 1.5 hours bus ride
One and a half.
approximately.
If you take the bus, it's 1.5 hour, and if you have your own vehicle, it's probably 50 minutes.
Yeah. Uh,
How do you
I'm
get tickets for
reaching.
the football matches? You can actually go to the site and book your tickets. There are also like season passes, which are relatively cheaper if you get the tickets for all the 6 games through the entire semester. So that's how it works. I think there is like the VT football site where you can book the tickets, and it's not
Yeah,
just football
just
tickets, you can find all the tickets there.
just Google like VT football tickets or whatever. And yeah, we are going to have some opportunities regarding that as well coming soon. Like not exactly watching the game, but something you can volunteer in. We are working it out, so do be tuned in about that. So that's a good way to get an experience of the stadium while getting volunteering hours and some prizes maybe. And
If you're reaching by midnight to Roanoke, I think the only way is to get a cab.
if you prefer, you can take a cab, otherwise stay the night. That's
Yeah,
either
because
one.
staying in Roanoke and things, so it's a go. Like I don't know, like Roanoke is just 1.5 hour away, and if you are there close by, it's better to just take a cab if it suits you.
Yeah.
How long we can apply for summer internships and what? Oh, you actually can start applying right now, I think. There are
Hmm.
already openings for 25 summer internships, and you can actually start applying straight up after this meeting.
Yes. How do we address our professors? There's a certain way, like every professor likes it different. Like some require doctor and their last name if they have done a PhD. Some require professor, whatever. So it's depending upon the professor. They probably will mention that on their first day of classes, like how they want you addressing
Yeah.
them. Yeah. And seniors, I don't think so. You just call by their names. Like there's
Like when
nothing
you're
as such.
speaking in English, I don't think it really matters
Yeah.
because there's no way of
What is the
yeah.
best platform to apply for internships? Best platform?
Handshake.
LinkedIn?
Uh,
Handshake
Mostly
and
people
LinkedIn.
are using LinkedIn, like taking referrals from people, or maybe like Handshake is one way. And what else? Like there are different websites. There is like a Way Up thing and a couple more, but I've explored them. I couldn't find much of it, like much useful for me. So I'm just mostly using LinkedIn and referrals.
All right.
Price for hotel in IID and Roanoke. They differ from like $100 to $200 and maybe even more. So it depends upon which site you're
You can
looking
book
at
like
and
as cheap as like 60, $50 as well, and can go up to like maybe $200. So it totally
a
depends on
night
what you
per,
choose and
yeah.
what dates you choose.
It all depends upon where you're looking at.
Timing.
Is buying electric cycle a good idea for commuting?
Totally personal preference, I would say. I have a regular bicycle and it works for me. If you are good with, if you want to buy an electric one, you can buy electric cycle, electric scooter, whatever you want.
Electric scooters banned in VT's campus though, like
Yeah, the
parking on
electric
VT
scooters are
campus.
not allowed to be parked on VT bicycle stands. Like this is the info that you need to know.
As for safe, yes, almost all hotels are safe in IID, like they should be. And if you feel that they're unsafe or there's something sketchy going on, like while you're living in it, 911 is always there. So just call them up if you feel there's anything wrong. Otherwise, they should be pretty safe. I haven't heard any complaints as such, so yeah.
So are there any more questions? There are bicycle stands throughout the campus and
Every
wherever
building
you
has one.
stay. Yeah. But like
But
for
you,
parking on campus, you need to have a cycle permit. So which you get it for free on the VT website. Like you just search
yeah.
for it, like VT bicycle permit, you'll just get it for free. Then they get a
Mm.
sticker, post it to your mail address, and then you just stick it to your bicycle.
And you have to take care of the locks and all on your own end. That's there. So that's up to you how you want to lock it and keep it safe. So that's something on here.
For
Courses,
CS modules, I think it's mostly Torgerson Hall.
but it
Mostly
again
it's
depends.
for EC,
If
there is sometimes you have classes in Goodwin Hall, or maybe a couple of more. They're like mostly they are located in the same circle, so you won't have to
Mhm.
worry much.
Okay. Thank you guys for joining. Oh, there's no mosquito repellent.
You can buy it here as well if you want.
Yeah, if you feel the need to, there's no need to bring it.
Mostly it's not needed.
Do we buy a safe to keep your valuable and important dogs at university dorm? No, a safe is not really required because see, it's at the end of the day, if you trust your roommate, then you can keep it in your drawers or like maybe if you want to lock it, you can keep it in your suitcase and lock the suitcase and just keep your suitcase with you. That's the safest if you want to go to a safe. But keeping up safe and managing everything in a dorm might get a little out of hand. Okay. I guess that's all for today. Thank you guys for joining this webinar.